Okay, we are going to make quiz corrections for the Solving of Systems Equations quiz. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to graph each line. So this first number here is our y-intercept. And the second number here is our slope. Okay, so the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So here it crosses the y-axis here at 1. Okay, so I'm going to put a dot right there. Okay, now my slope is 2, so that means I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay, and then I get to draw a line. Okay, and so this is the equation y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, I saw a lot of people get the correct y-intercept, but they got the slope incorrect. They didn't go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, right? Okay, now the next one has a y-intercept of -2. So that means I'm going to go down here to -2. Okay, you must use some colored markers. If you are watching this video, then that means you had trouble and you need to use some colored markers. Okay, so my slope is 5. Okay, so if the slope is 5, that means I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. Okay, so it's going to go, oops, sorry. Okay, so you can see I went up one, from the purple dot, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. So, and you can see the two lines intersect here at 1, 3. Okay, if you need to watch this part of this video one more time, please do so, and that will help you understand what's going on. Okay, so now let's do the first one here. Okay, so I've got y equals this, and y equals that. So I'm going to make these two yellow things equal to each other because they both equal y. Because 2x plus 1 equals 5x minus 2, because this is equal to y and this is equal to y. So let's just make them equal to each other, right? They're equal. They equal y. They should equal each other. Okay, so now let's put the things with the x's on one side. So I'm going to subtract 2x. Oh my gosh, the pen fell apart. I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides of the equation, and that's going to make that go away. And now I've got 1 equals 5x minus 2x is 3x. Okay, and now I can add 2 on both sides of the equal sign, and that's going to make this guy cancel out. And now I'm left with, so I've got 1 plus 2, which is going to give me 3, and I got 3x here. Okay, and so now we need to solve for x. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3 in order to make this cancel out. And then I end up with x equals, and 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Okay, so now that I know that x is 1, I can plug it into one of these equations. Y equals 2 times x plus 1. So we know x is 1, so I'm going to say y equals 2 times 1 plus 1. Well, 2 times 1 is 2, right? So y equals 2 plus 1, which gives me 3. So my answer is going to be 1, comma 3. X is 1, y is 3. Okay, so now let's solve for this one here. So we know that y is equal to this stuff here, right? So I'm just going to replace y in this equation with that stuff there. So I'm going to rewrite this equation. We've got, I'm rewriting this equation. 4x plus 2 equals 20. I just rewrote this equation here, but instead of writing y, I'm going to write 3x minus 20. 3x minus 20. Okay, so now I can do distributive property with the 2 to that and the 2 to that. So I'm going to rewrite this 4x plus, okay, 2 times 3x is going to give me 6x. 2 times negative 20 is going to give me negative 40. Okay, so I just did distributive property with the 2 to the 3x and 2 to the negative 20. Okay, we've got this equal sign here. So on this side of the equation, I'm going to combine the 4x and the 6x. So the 4x and the 6x is going to add up to 10x, right? There's no subtracting 4x on both sides or adding, because they're on the same side of the equal sign. So I combine the things on the same side. Okay, so now I want to add 40 on both sides of the equal sign, and then I'm going to, that's going to make this cancel out, and then so I have 10x, and then 20 plus 40 is going to be 60, and now I can divide both sides by 10, and then I'm going to get 60 divided by 10, x equals 6. Okay, and now that I know x equals 6, I can plug it back into the original equation, because we know y equals 3x minus 20, right? That's the equation that's up here. So I'm going to replace the x with 6, and I'm going to say, okay, so I've got y equals 3 times 6 minus 20. Well, 3 times 6 is 18, so y equals 18 minus 20. So 18 minus 20 is going to give me negative 2. Okay, so my answer is 6, comma, negative 2. Okay, hit pause, rewind, and if you need more time on that. Okay, let's do the back side now. Okay, so for this, they wanted you to do it either using substitution or elimination. So let's do substitution. So if I take my first equation, negative 2x plus y equals 4. So let's get this set up so we can start doing the substitution. So if I put 2x on both sides of the equal sign, that's going to make that go away. And then I'm going to get y equals 4 plus 2x. Okay, so I'm going to use this to help me do substitution. Okay, so so my original equation is 15x minus 3y equals negative 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute, I'm going to replace y with the 4 minus 2x. So let's do that now. I've got 15x minus 3 times that yellow stuff. So instead of writing y, I'm replacing it with 4 plus 2x. 4 plus 2x. Okay, and so now I can do distributive property with that negative 3, and I'm going to get 15x 9x minus 12, and then negative 3 times 2x is going to give me minus 6x. So I just did distributive property. Negative 3 times 4 gives me that. Negative 3 times 2x gives me that. Hit pause, rewind, play it again if you need to think about this some more. Okay, so now I've got 15x over here, and I've got negative 6x on the same side of the equal sign, so I can combine those terms. 15x and negative 6x is going to give me 9x. Okay, so now let's get this 12 over here. So I'm going to add 12 on both sides of the equal sign. And then I'm going to have 9x equals negative 3 and positive 12 is going to give me 9. And now I can divide both sides by 9. And then I'm going to get x equals 1. Okay, and now let's solve for y. Let's use this green equation, which is y equals 4 plus 4x. Y equals 4 plus 2x, right? I'm going to replace x with 1. So y equals 4 plus 2. I'm replacing x with the 1. So y equals 4 plus 2, which gives me 6. Okay, so my answer is 1, 6. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same process using elimination. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the equation. Negative 2x plus y equals 4, and I've got 15x minus 3y equals negative 3. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply this whole row times positive 3 times 3. And so that's going to become, and the reason I'm doing 3 specifically is because I want to line up these 3's and cancel them out. So I've got 3 times negative 2 is going to give me negative 6x. 3 times y is going to give me plus 3y. 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. Okay, so hit pause for a minute if you need to see what I just did. I just took this equation, negative 2x plus y equals 4. I'm multiplying each term by 3. Now the other line, I'm writing it down exactly like it is. 15x minus 3y equals negative 3. Okay, and now I've lined it up, and I'm going to add the things in common. So I've got negative 6x plus 15y. That's going to give me 9x. Okay, because negative 6x plus 15 is going to give me 9x. And lo and behold, positive 3y and negative 3y, that's going to give me 0y. That's going to cancel out. And now I've got, over here, I've got 12 minus 3, and that gives me 9. So I have 9x equals 9. So now I can divide both sides by 9 to get the x all by itself. And voila, we have x equals 1. And we already knew that was going to be the answer because that's what we've got over here. Okay, so now that I know x equals 1, I could plug that back into one of the equations and solve for y. So I know that negative 2x plus y equals 4. I'm just rewriting one of the equations. I'm going to plug in 1 in for x, so I've got negative 2 times 1 plus y equals 4. And so I've got negative 2 plus y equals 4. And so to solve for y, I have to add 2 on both sides, plus 2 plus 2. And then I'm going to end up with y equals 6. So there you have it. Here is using elimination. Here is using substitution. I hope you're able to copy this down. Watch it more than once if you need to. And then we can retake the quiz. And you're going to all get level 4s and be able to have a party. And good job.